Good morning. Today we're going to be doing lesson 3-9. We are going to be practicing tenths and hundredths. We're going to start by writing the fraction and give the equivalent decimal for the grid. Here we have a box of 100 squares. Now we are going to figure out how many boxes are shaded in, and we're going to write that out as a fraction out of 100. So let's count how many boxes are shaded in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 boxes that are shaded in. How would we write that as a fraction? I will give you time to write that down in your math journal or on your screen. Good job. You should have written 8 over 100 because there are 8 squares that are colored in and there's 100 boxes total. So we put the 8 on top that's colored in and the bottom is 100. Now, how would we write that as a decimal? Go ahead and write that down. All right, great job. You should have written 0.08. It's really important to remember that when you're writing a decimal, that you make sure you put the 0 in front and not behind. If you put the 0 behind the 8, that would make that 80 hundredths. And so that means 80 boxes would be colored in and not just 8. So it's really important to remember where you put your 0 when you're working. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next screen. All right, now let's count the boxes and see how many are colored in. And then fraction. Great job. You should have written 72 over 100. 72 goes on top because there are 72 boxes colored in, and there are 100 boxes altogether. Now, go ahead and write that as a decimal. All right, great job. You should have written 0.72. You put 0.72 because there are 72 boxes colored in out of 100. All right, let's go to the next screen. All right, now count the boxes that are colored in and write the fraction. All right, so there are 50 boxes colored in out of 100. But there is more ways that you can write this. So this is one way to write it. And next, I'm going to show you a better way to write it. The better way to write it, we would reduce the problem. We can cross out our zeros, and we get 5 over 10. But wait, there is an even better way to write it, which would be the best way to write it, or the most simplified version. We know that 50 out of 100 is half, and we also know that 5 over 10 is half. And we can also see that half of the boxes are shaded in. So, we can write that 1/2 of the boxes are shaded. And so for the decimal, we can write either, I'll give you a chance to write this, we can either write 0.5 or 0.50. When you're writing a decimal, it doesn't really matter if you put the 0 if it's after the number. It matters if it's before, but not after. All right, now I want you to color the grid to show the given decimal. So I will give you some time to color in the correct box. You should have all these boxes colored in. And now I want you to write. All right, let's go to the next screen. Color in the grid for 0.09. All right, you should have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's move on to the next one. All right, you should write 0.46. Show that on the grid. Your grid should look like this. All right. Now, I will give you a chance to color part of the grid and write your own decimal. You can do this for the next 3 screens. On screen 7, screen 8, and screen 9.